What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Skylar and you are watching Ginger Auto. Today we're going to be working on the Impreza, getting her one step closer to paint. Let's go. Today we're going to be taking off this driver's side door and getting it ready to paint. To do that, I'll have to strip it down completely and then patch up these holes that the side trim pieces attach to. I did that over here with this door. I already did that. That way I learned how to do it on that. Then I can show you guys how I did it. And I don't look like an idiot. But yeah, I guess we'll start by taking off this door. Alright, so I got the door card off. Let me think. So when you are doing the door card stuff, just make sure not to force anything. Pretty much all cars, they have plastic tabs and plastic clips that hold interior pieces on. And so don't just pull really hard and try and force them out. If they aren't coming out, there's probably a reason. And not saying that everything will come apart easy, because usually you do have to pull it apart and just kind of slowly pull it. And if it's not coming loose, try and look behind it. Don't just force it, or you run into the chance of breaking something. And when you get to these older cars, it's not always something easy to find to replace it. So just be smart about it. Check it. On these doors, there's a screw here, there's a screw here that's behind the, that should have, oh, that was just chilling there. It's probably the hole that I was looking at, wondering why there wasn't a screw. But yeah, these doors are pretty simple. A few screws to take out, and then you can just pop the door card out. So now I'm going to unplug everything, and then I can take the actual door off. So to unplug the door from the harness, you have to take off this trim piece, and that is these trim pieces here, trim clips, which look like this. You just stick a flathead in there, pop them off. So there's 4 of those, and then there is a push clip here, which looks like this. And there's one here, and there's 2 on the inside. And you pop those out, and then you can take that off. And it's just right here, goes through the rubber grommet there and into the door. And then to unbolt it, you just undo this hinge, and then you can either unbolt it from the hinges to the door or to the body. Doesn't matter how you do it. Alright, just like that. The door is off. Words of advice: when taking off the door, pull the pin first. I'm pretty sure I did the exact same thing last time, where I get it undone and then all of a sudden go to take it off and it won't come off. Because if you leave it latched into the door jamb, undo these, it'll still hold on. So all you have to do is you can reach inside, hold on, open the door, and it will just come off and you can carry it off. And these doors are fairly heavy, so they're kind of a pain. But if you want to make it easier on yourself, remember, pull the pin. And if you do forget, use the floor jack. Bring it up to the same level as the door. That way you can swing it open, set it on it without bending that pin bracket, and everything will work good. Yeah. Now I am ready to disassemble this door and get it ready to paint, which take all the rubber pieces off, take the door handle off from the outside of it. I think I left, no, I probably took that off. Yeah, just everything that's going to be in the way, take it off. This stuff is a pain. What I did is just scraped as much as I could off, and then I just put tape over it so it wasn't getting all over me, because this stuff is sticky and it sticks to everything. And it's not like you have to fully get it off, because your door card comes all the way down to here, and then you usually have a plastic liner on the inside of your cards to help keep the moisture out. So yeah, I'll just start taking everything off this door. Alright, got all taken apart. Speakers out, handles out, inside handle, outside handle, trim piece that goes along here, then the rubber door seal that goes along here. Took about half hour. Probably take these off still. Little words of advice when doing stuff like this: put as many screws back as you can, like that. That's a trim piece screw. That way you don't end up with a pile of screws and bolts that you don't know where they go to. I don't care how good a mechanic you are or how smart you are. You have something apart for a few weeks, there's a good chance you won't remember how it goes back together. So, all the help you can get. But I'm ready to flip this over and start patching the holes. Alright, this is where I'm at. So the first time I did my other door, I learned a lot about heating up metal and warping it, and so I had to use a lot more body filler than I would like to. So this is my attempt on using trying to get rid of a lot of the heat that's created by welding. So this time I decided to use little bits of filler metal to fill the holes. That way I'm not having to weld the entire thing, which will create less heat. And then actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this little groove with water, which should absorb a lot of the heat, because last time I did it I warped this little body line right here, so I had to go through and build all these up with primer or with body filler because they warped a little bit from welding the last pieces. So I'm going to try this and see if it helps, and I guess we'll see. Well, I'll call that a win. This edge did not distort at all, and I already have a dent there, so it's hard to tell, but I don't think I welded a lot slower, which I think helped, and yeah, the water absorbed any of the heat that worked its way that way. So sweet. I think that's my new tactic. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one under there, more holes to do. See if I can get them done tonight. Well, got them all done. Took me quite a while, and I'd like to tell you that there isn't any warpage, but that's not true. At least I can say I did everything that I thought possible, but I'll still have to add a little bit in there. I don't think it's as bad, so I don't think it'll take as long to do, but and I don't think it's down into the bottom at all, which I think that is a win, I think, because it was a pain in my other door trying to do that because it was into the bottom. But since it's just this upper edge, that shouldn't be too bad. So I'm going to go in for the night, hit this again tomorrow, and hopefully we can whip it out. What's up, guys? This is the second day of the door prep. I've done a little bit off camera just to not really bore you guys with sanding and stuff. So let's take a look at it. So we have all the holes filled across here. And then sanded them down. I did it the way I showed you. How I got the paint out of this groove is I used this, I don't know what you call these, rubber wheels or whatever they are. That's what I used. I like those because they don't create heat and they work good. I have a couple other spots that I sanded down for dents. You can see there's a tiny one, and here there's a tiny one. So I'll be filling those. Next step is applying body filler. Since I have them pretty close, I shouldn't use much, which is nice. I think I'll use a lot less than I did on the other door. So let's do it. Alright, I have it mixed up. Pro tip when you're mixing your body filler, scrape it on and then smooth it out like that. And that eliminates all the air bubbles out of it. If you just turn it like this, you create air pockets, but by doing it that way, you're pushing all the air out, which you want to eliminate as much air as possible so you don't get holes inside of your filler. So I'm just going to go and start applying. Alright, there we go. The lighting's kind of bright, but here it's better though. Just remember when applying, apply it enough to fill the dent, but remember you have to remove all the excess, so you want enough that you can fill it, but not too much that it takes forever to sand. So use it wisely. Alright, finally after a bunch of sanding, we have the first layer of body filler done. Gonna move to the next, which is more of a glazing putty, and that will fill these recessed areas. Alright, got some primer on it. This primer is pretty much just to protect it from the elements until I can put real primer down. So yeah, that's a wrap. That's how you patch the trim holes in your doors to go for that smooth look. And that's where I'm going to end this video, and we can move on to the next thing for paint prep, which will be the hood. Alright guys, that's a wrap for this video. We finally got the door done. That means both the doors are done, ready for paint. Yeah, we're moving right along. Getting excited. I will be putting up the paint booth soon. We'll be, like I said, we'll be working on the hood next. There's not a whole lot of things left to do until we're ready to paint. So just going to keep on moving, and hopefully within the next couple weeks I can finally paint the car. So thank you all who are watching. Hello to the new subscribers, and thank you for supporting the channel. It means a lot to me. If you haven't subscribed yet, do so. I know there's been a few of you asking about the truck. Yes, we're still working on it. We're just saving up some money. This is real life. We don't always have the huge budget to build our projects, so you're just gonna have to bear with us. We do have some money saved up, and we will be making some purchases soon, which will allow us to move forward with the build. So just hanging tight. We'll be posting a video soon, hopefully, of the truck. Yeah, thanks everyone for the support. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace.